Dr. Nicola, and I've done a lot of these little chats like this, but I've usually done these chats and I'm just talking to myself. So I thought I'd bring somebody on, and I know a lot of educators, but I felt like I should bring on one of the best educators I know, which is my sister, Kimberly Gator. And how many years you got, Kim, teaching?
27.
27 years. Been what, you've been teaching a year twice?
26 years. 26 years in elementary.
No,
and this is my 27th year in middle school. So it'll be my first year in middle, but it'll make my 27 years total teaching.
Okay. So you come with a lot of experience, and I want to talk about PBIS, which is positive behavior, I think intervention or strategies or support.
I think it's
positive behavior intervention support. Yeah. I get kind of mixed up with that myself. But what I'm talking about is what we're going to talk about today is, do you feel, in your professional opinion, I'm not saying PBIS is a wonderful thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but in your professional opinion, how do you feel it is working thus far? I'm talking about in a blanket general sense. I'm not talking about a special school, the private school, the Beam school, grassroots schools. Is it really making a difference, or is it band-aiding the problem?
Okay, in my opinion, it's band-aiding the problem. Okay, my whole career so far has been public school. So I don't see where it's helping anything. The kids are not having any consequence for their bad behavior. I mean, I have kids now, I'm in middle school, you see nothing but fights. Yeah, they go home, but they come back and do it again. I mean, what is it? I don't know what the PBIS is doing. I don't see what it's doing. I mean, I know it's positive. So we're giving all these positives, and I'm supposed to be giving all these points for positive behavior. I'm okay with that. But then what am I doing as far as when they bring in a negative behavior in my classroom?
I think that's the point. That's the point there. I think a lot of the PBIS strategies are lacking. What do we do with the negative? What do we do with the issues? It's something that you said previously when we were talking. You said, I have no problem with rewarding good behavior, but what do you do with the bad behaviors? What is the plan?
Yeah. And
I don't think many schools have that plan. And whatever plan you do come up with, it have to be school-wide. It can't be this teacher doing a great job. You know, I come across this a lot, especially in my career, being considered a special, being in the library. A child might do great things with their homeroom teacher, and you have where you set up your behavior modification system. Well, I don't know what you're doing in your class. And when you drop your kids off to me, they know I'm not their main homeroom teacher. So I don't know how to deal with your situation, your kids. I come with my own behavior modification. And it should always be across the school. Like we have to get this classroom management and behavior modification together if PBIS is going to work fluently and be more effective. Because I mean, I don't mind reporting good behavior. That ain't my problem. It's the bad behaviors. What do we do in that sense?
Okay, I report. Okay, I agree with the fact. Okay, I report their good behavior. I do my own rewarding positive behavior. My kids know I don't have a problem giving them treat checks. I feed them all day if they, when they behave. But they don't want us, what I'm told, to do anything as far as reprimand the children. So I don't know what that means.
That's not going to work. I have a big problem with that. It's not going to work. No one's asking you to have an in-house
Classroom Dojo. No, but on Classroom Dojo, that's the dojo is what we use. Okay, dojo is positive. You got a positive thing. You put all your points on there. The bells be just going off all the time. But then they'll say, "Well, we're not going to take any negative points away." I said, "What's the purpose?"
Yeah, I mean,
if they sit up there doing something wrong, I better take something away, or they're gonna feel like they can do what they want to do all day.
Because that's what they're children. That's what children do. We're the adults.
So that's my problem.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
do
you
see
got
that.
adults with it too.
Yes, I see. It's like you said, we have no problem with rewarding good behavior, but what are we going to do about those kids that all they know is the word no? All they know is no. They don't know anything else. And that spirit or that attitude can spread through a really good classroom with other
Yeah,
kids.
well,
So
that's a flow of a classroom up.
oh gosh, yeah. I mean, you can have kids that are really responding to positive reinforcement, but
Mhm.
I mean, after a while, it's like, well, I don't really have to do anything because point blank period. When a child is bad,
Yeah.
and let's just call it ace and spade a spade. When they're bad and they make it through the day without getting in trouble, we give them something. And like you said previously, a child like you or me, we're good all the time. And yeah, you give us something. But this child, this is the first time they ever decide to sit and be still. And now we're giving them something too. And the child who is behaving, they see that there is no consequences for when someone acts up. You just don't get your treat. That's pretty much what you're saying. You don't behave, you don't get that, you don't get your treat. And that's not, we're
But
not
they could go
teaching
home and
kids.
get.
Yeah, you're not teaching kids how to act. We're not here just to house you and keep you quiet so we can get through the day. I'm here. Well, I'm here to help you become a better citizen. I want you to be a better citizen. So I can't do that if all
So
I'm doing is just giving you for good behavior. Because nobody's perfect. You're gonna have a child gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have a child that's gonna be just off the chains. You're gonna have one that just being mean. What do we do with that child? What do we do with that teachers like yourself, and I hear a lot, teachers are constantly saying, I don't mind rewarding, but what do we do when the kids are bad? That is what do we do with them? And I think that's the
yeah,
problem.
that's a lot. Now I'm gonna tell you, and I've been like you, like yourself, been doing this for a long time, okay? And I understand that the kids are coming in with their own little luggage, all right?
Yes, but
They're
still,
coming in with their own stuff.
we can
But my
still come
thing
up with a
is,
plan.
but they, but as I, but what I'm saying is, I know they're coming in with that. But we as adults, we coming in with ours too. And I think as far as the administration got to understand is, they want us to just be able to handle and understand and cuddle and positivity, and I get that. But I'm coming with my own stuff. What about mine? What about me? And I'm not trying to be selfish or anything,
Well,
but I'm just saying
I've
I've got 50 kids I deal with.
heard
Middle
teachers say
school.
the same thing. Nope, I gotta admit, I heard a teacher the other day said, I get tired of being treating badly.
Yeah, and then I
I
gotta
get
go
tired
and
of
turn around.
getting kicked at. I get tired of being treated like I'm not an adult.
And then you
And
got
there's
the
no
kids treat you bad
consequences for their behavior.
and nobody's doing nothing about it. Okay, you want me to treat this child and be here for this child, understand this child, like I say, they're coming in with their own stuff. I get that. I'm coming in with my stuff. You get that? And then when they coming at me, these children, I mean, and they coming crazy and they coming disrespectful and I have to be the adult. I gotta just understand. I gotta understand that they just need a hug. These kids will slap the taste out your mouth.
So this is what I propose. You tell me if you feel like this may help. For one thing, I think there need to be a more coming to Jesus, or coming to I don't know, coming to Mecca, whatever you want to call it, between
Wait a minute.
administration and the teachers. Like, what do you expect for our behavior? What do you need? I think that's lacking too. I don't think they ever ask us what we need. What is the problem? What we just come with these
No,
reward
they
systems.
don't.
We just come with reward systems. We never talk about how
Yeah,
we handle a child,
they find something new
and we latch onto
and
it.
here they go.
But
Implement.
it's never like what. For one thing, I believe like when I first go into a school, I want to know, what is your behavior like? Everybody, and that's another thing. There is no cookie cutter. Everybody's different. Some, like I said in the beginning, some schools, these theme schools and some of these magnet schools, some of these private schools, y'all can do PBIS till the cows come home, and it works wonderful. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just
that
buzzing.
positivity works for
Yeah,
them.
but then we got kids that are not very positive in the first place. So what
Yeah,
we
they coming from a negative light.
yes. So what I got to do is we got to find a way before we start rewarding them, showing them this is the correct, this is the correct behavior. This is what I expect out of you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see many expectations. We just say be good. Exactly. What does that mean?
I do. I tell them what I want.
And
And
that's what
and I think that's the hard thing.
That's it. I believe that one thing we don't have the time. Many teachers don't have the time to do it, but you got to say, this is what we expect. And then when you say this is what we expect, you have to say, and if you don't do it, this is what's going to happen. I'm not saying it's got to be in-house suspension. I'm not talking about being totally negative, but there's got to be. And I have a lot of strategies that I work with different schools with. You got to put these strategies in place.
I don't know if this fits with the conversation, but it brought to mind when you were saying how you got to show them, you got to tell them what you expect. And you remember back in the day when we was in elementary school, how you had, when you walked in that classroom, you couldn't walk in that classroom without saying good morning to your teacher. You had to speak. I mean, I know they say good morning is a slave thing, and you go through all that. We're not going there right now. That's a whole nother podcast.
I don't think saying good morning is bad. I think that's part of life.
I think
we need more of that.
It's a greeting. So I feel like, okay, my kids know I expect you don't walk in my room. And I'm in there, you don't walk in my room and with open your mouth. When you leave my room and I'm standing there, you better say goodbye or have a nice day or something.
I think that I like that.
Out of them.
I like that.
I expect them to, when they want something, they be like, Miss Gator, I want a pencil. I say, excuse me. They be like, may I have a pencil, please? I say, I expect manners. You're not gonna come in and talk to me in no kind of way, because I say I don't talk to you any other kind of way.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the bad.
So I know people feel like that's old school or whatever,
but it works.
It works. If you don't know,
it works.
So now they do it. Now they do it. They come in every morning. Good morning, Miss Gator. I don't have to say anything. They ask for something, they know how to say please, and they know how to say thank you. May I? They have to. They got to. I'm sorry.
I think you make a good point there too, and I'm sorry for the bandwidth of the video. I don't know. It's just I don't know what's in this room. I got a firewall, I guess. Anyway, it's kind of choppy. Yeah.
But we can do another one. We can do a whole another one or something.
Oh yeah, but I really just wanted to get this out here because I want other people to jump in and tell me how they feel. I mean, like I said, if you love PBIS, I'm not saying PBIS is not bad. It's not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, what do we do with those kids? And there's more kids sometime in certain schools that does not work for. We, like you said, we got to start training on the fundamental level. We ain't got